Hello, welcome to sportsbookreview.com. Natalie Rides from here. I've got Bernardo from theowltips.com and Stuart from tipstohq.com. We were here yesterday. We were giving our tips for Tuesday's Champions League fixtures. It's Wednesday. We're back again. Obviously, though, before we start, just want to see how we did yesterday. Now, we all gave one top tip. Mine was Porto to score over 1.5 goals. That came through. Stuart, what was your tip and did it come through?
My top tip was Leicester to beat FC Copenhagen, and that one came in. Well done, Leicester. Thank you.
Well done, well done. And Bernardo, you weren't so good on your top tip, but you did give some winners throughout the video.
Yes, but the top tip was lost. I went with over 1.0 with Tottenham with Leverkusen versus Tottenham, and they failed both to score till the 90 minutes. So, yeah, true. Yes, but we had other winnings as Sevilla, for example, which was also a strong tip for me.
Yeah, I think as well, I'm very surprised to see a 0-0 draw at the end, I have to say. I think another one of my tips was both teams to score. So, yeah, that let me down as well. But let's have a look. We have got some awesome matches today. Barcelona, Man City, Bayern Munich, PSV, Celtic versus Mönchengladbach. Quite interesting to see because obviously Celtic held, we'll start with that one, Celtic held Man City to a 3-3 draw. They're a tough team at home. They are, however, the underdogs in this match. Do you think Celtic could get something out of this? Could we possibly look for the upset? Stuart, do you have any thoughts on that?
I have to say, I like Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think they're a good side. Celtic put up a really great atmosphere, but their team isn't up to much, I think. They've got a couple of decent players, but apart from that, they're pretty poor. If it comes down to quality of players, then Mönchengladbach will win. If it comes down to atmosphere created by the fans, Celtic will win. So it probably could end in a draw.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that match, Stuart, Bernardo?
Well, I'm with Stuart there. I think that Mönchengladbach is better. Of course, that at Celtic Park, well, those guys play much better, but it's different there. Their interest and confidence and motivation to play versus City, which has the best players of the world, or versus Mönchengladbach. So I think that the draw no bet option on Mönchengladbach can be an option, or the straight draw. It's very similar to the game CSKA versus Monaco of yesterday, where the draw came in the end.
Yeah,
I think that it can end in a draw. But if I had to play it, I think that draw no bet Mönchengladbach is better than any other bet.
Yeah, let's start here. Barcelona versus Man City, Group C here, sort of a highlight match of the day. Barcelona are the favourites. I'm just trying to pull up these odds. Odds have actually slightly increased. They were 1.57 on Monday. Now, 1.5 on Monday. They're now 1.57. Is there any value in that? It's low, but for a team like Barcelona, should we play that as a straight bet, Bernardo?
No, I don't think so. I think that City has plenty of players that can create problems to Barcelona. I don't like the price. I think it's too low. I think Barcelona has to pay more there versus City. I would say that 1.8 is the odd that I would start seeing some value on Barcelona here. So one of the bets that for me has some value for this match day is my plus 1.25 for City.
Okay. So you're looking at a close match. Stuart, do you think we are going to see a Barcelona win? Obviously, Man City haven't beaten Barcelona since 2009. Can they do it this time, or are you backing the home win?
I have to say, I'm going for the draw in this one, and the odds unfortunately have dropped on that one. You could get 4.86 with Pinnacle a couple of days ago, but now it's down to 4.75, I believe.
Yeah, 4.75, 4.75 Bet365, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the odds have dropped down. For me, I don't think there's any value in backing Barcelona, and I think Manchester City and the draw are both undervalued. So for me, I'm going for what I think is a value bet and what I think has a fairly good chance, which is the draw. It's actually my bet of the day, this one.
Okay, awesome. All right. And obviously looking at they're both high goal scorers. Barcelona have scored 9, Man City have scored 8, but they're not conceding much. Barcelona have just conceded 1, whilst Man City have conceded 3, and that was to Celtic. Do you think this is going to be a high scoring affair, or do you think this is going to be low, Stuart?
I think if you're going to play MSN in this game, then you've got a very good chance of seeing some goals. But Manchester City got some decent players as well. And I think Kevin De Bruyne may just be back for this one, may be back in time. And if he does, they are a very dangerous side. I don't think Spurs would have beaten them if Kevin De Bruyne would be playing.
Yeah, yeah. What other sort of matches, Bernardo, are you looking at or excited to be watching today?
Well, I will be watching Demon Kiev versus Benfica, but I can't see many value on that game so far. Probably, probably live. I will try to approach the over, a lower line on the over. But pre-kickoff, I don't have any official tip for that. And the other game that I like is Bayern Munich versus PSV. Bayern Munich is not under a crisis, but the results are not appearing. But I think that, well, a Dutch side playing in German, it's a good opponent to see Bayern Munich win by, well, 3-4 goals of difference.
Right.
So I like the minus 1.75 on Bayern Munich. I think that it holds some value. The Dutch side, well, they play very open, and I think that versus Bayern Munich, even their coach it's a good tactical manager. I think that, well, Munich has much more talent and should win this by 2 goals at least.
Yeah, yeah. A question is can PSV score? Obviously, they failed to score against Atletico Madrid. Can they score against Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich win to nil as around 2.3.
Well, I think that it will depend a lot on the approach that Koku will bring to the game. I think that if it is too defensive, they will fail to score. Of course, if they play open and try to do something on the game, which I think it's going to be the approach, because they have nothing to lose here versus Bayern Munich. They know they are underdogs, and that is very hard to maintain. A draw to nil on the end of 90 minutes. They will try to score, and if the game goes over, I think that, well, they can score a goal, but that price is not enough to risk anything. I prefer to stay with minus 1.75 on the home team.
All right, Stuart, do you have a top tip from that match?
From that match, no, I'm avoiding it. I have a little bit of a concern with Bayern Munich, because they're a much more conservative side this season. They have been in the past, but this is not exactly a classic PSV side. So I think Bayern Munich can win. It's just how far you've got to go to get decent odds is the issue.
Yeah, yeah, and you always want more, don't you, Stuart?
I always wanted.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. Well, listen. Let's now sort of present like our best plays of the day. Stuart, you mentioned yours, but do recap. What are your sort of top tips for the day?
Well, I've got 2 tips. Only 2 matches that I'm betting on this evening, actually. Obviously, the draw in Barcelona-Manchester City game. And then I'm taking a little bit of a risk in the Paris Saint-Germain against Bâle match. Paris Saint-Germain are playing against Olympique de Marseille at the weekend, and they've not been particularly brilliant this season. They're taking a bit of time to get used to Unai Emery and his way of wanting them to play. And Bâle have not been rolled over by anyone, really. So I'm actually going to go for Bâle plus 1.5 in that one. And you can get 2.45 with that, which is even better odds you can get 2 days ago.
All right, all right. And that's your top tip of the day, then.
Top tip is the draw in Barcelona and Manchester City.
Wow, wow.
But a decent backup bet in Bâle plus 1.5.
All right, great stuff. And Bernardo, what's yours?
Well, I'm also on Man City. I think that it's plenty of value. Not the double chance, but the plus 1 or the plus 1.25 if you want to risk less and win in case City lose by 1 goal. It pays around 183, the plus 125. I think that it's a very decent value there. And the other game is one that we didn't spoke. It's Napoli versus Besiktas. Napoli is very strong. They show it versus Benfica. I think that can be a game with goals from both sides, but Napoli should win in the end, and possible by 2 goals. I like minus 1. I think they at home they're gonna win the game is almost certain for me. And in case the win by 2 is a winning one, and Besiktas showed they got a good result, especially versus Benfica on the road. But in terms of football, it's the value on the talent of Napoli is completely different. It's a level above them. So those 2 plays.
Yeah, I like the Bayern Munich. I like Bayern Munich minus 1.5. Also like Bayern Munich minus 2. You can get there around 2 with Pinnacle. And then my other top tip as well is Napoli minus 1. You get that from 1.66, 1.7. But do shop around for your odds. All right, guys, listen, thanks for watching. Those are our top tips. We will be back tomorrow previewing Europa League picks of the day. So stay tuned for that. It'll be about the same time tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much and best of luck with your picks today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.